The number of new coronavirus cases reported across Europe hit a record high this week, according to the figures from Johns Hopkins University. France is one country seeing a major resurgence, and authorities there are now comparing it with the first wave in the spring, which triggered a national lockdown.
I think we're in the midst of a second wave, and it will peak around October 15th. If you look at the data and the curves, honestly, it seems like it's trying to replicate what happened in March and April.
Medical teams say testing requirements are putting a huge strain on the country's health system, as they fear patients with other illnesses are not getting the treatment they need. It's a similar situation further south. Current contagion levels in Spanish capital Madrid exceed 1,000 per 100,000 inhabitants during a partial lockdown. Some hospitals say they had to cancel surgeries, while others say their ICU units are at full capacity. Many residents believe the government's restrictions do not go far enough.
I don't think the measures are sufficient. It should be done all over. The virus has invaded everywhere.
What people need to do, rather than being locked down, is to take precautions at all times, be it here or other areas across Madrid.
Meanwhile, in the UK, more than 41,000 people have now died from the pandemic, Europe's largest death toll. While Prime Minister Boris Johnson stopped short of calling another full lockdown as he did in March, he did say further action could be taken if this surge wasn't suppressed.
But unless we palpably make progress, we should assume that the restrictions I have announced will remain in place for perhaps 6 months. For the time being, this virus is a fact of our lives, and I must tell the House and the country that our fight against it will continue.
It all comes as the annual flu season begins to bear its teeth and all the complications with understanding how COVID-19 will react. Despite the uncertainty, the Canadian Prime Minister has been trying to put a positive spin on things.
And we can't change today's numbers or even tomorrow's. But what we can change is where we are in October and into the winter. It's all too likely we won't be gathering for Thanksgiving, but we still have a shot at Christmas.